Hello and welcome to week 5, the final week of AC1110 Accounting Fundamentals. Remember that this is the last week, and that means that we need to get everything in by Sunday, the close of week 5. And that means all late work and all current work through week 5 done by Sunday. There's not really any late work policy after that date. We can't turn in late work because the class is basically closed. So that means that we have to get everything in by Sunday. Now, that said, I don't have the grades actually pushed out of my hands till the following Tuesday. So if there is an unusual circumstance and you contact me, then we may be able to take that on a case-by-case basis before the following Tuesday. After Tuesday, the grades are completely out of my hands. So if you don't contact me and there's no issues, then I'm going to enter the grades as of Sunday and put in whatever is there as of the close of the week. If you contact me and there's some unusual circumstance, we can take that on a case-by-case basis and try to see what we can do before the class finalizes and the grades are out of my hands by Tuesday. Once the grades are out of my hands by that Tuesday, really not as much I can do for any kind of grading policies. Therefore, make sure to check the grade books after the end of the final week here and let me know if there's any questions on it. Also, make sure, of course, to take the final by the end. So remember that we have the contact information here, the phone number, we've got the email address. We know that we have the website here as well as the YouTube channel where most of the videos will be housed. So if you got any work that you're looking to do, there's usually going to be some type of video that walks through the problems. The YouTube channel might be the easiest place to pick those up. So let's scroll down to week 5, the current week that we are in. So the layout should be much the same, where we have the objectives, we have the topics, we have the lessons. We're just going to be continuing on Chapter 5 this time. So we started Chapter 5 last time. We're going to continue on Chapter 5 this time. No new chapters. That's going to be it. Although Chapter 5 is kind of long, so there's still a bit of work to do. But hopefully there'll be some time that you can catch up on any kind of late work or things we need to pick up on. Then we have the video links down here, so you can open those up. If those aren't opening up as quickly as they should on these links, then go to the YouTube page and you should be able to find them here just under these titles, these names. And that might be an easier way to do that. You can probably do that on a phone as well if that's an easier thing to do. Everything down here, of course, is what we need to get done for the week. So we have the discussion forums, assignments, homework, and quizzes. Remember that you want to make sure to go through here and check off that you have done everything in this section, even though a lot of the work will be done up here in McGraw Hill's Connect. You want to check them off down here because it's kind of like the list. Everything from the discussion forums down, like the list that we need to put in there and make sure that we check off on. Now going into that, remember that the approach I would take to this class and every class is you want to get full credit on the discussion forums. Make sure to do that because it's 21% of the grade. You might as well get full credit on that since we have the most control over it. Then get as much as full credit you can on the homeworks and the assignments so that we can go into the quizzes with as big a point total cushion as possible. I know there's a lot of assignments and a lot of homework, but there's also a lot of resources. So make sure to just pick up as much as you can. Try not to get any zeros on any of that stuff. Pick up as much points, and if you start spinning your wheels, then contact me on it for questions or move on to the next thing after you've utilized the resources that you can get as far as you can get on it. So it's going to go back over here. So we know that the discussion forums worth 21% of the grade, and we need to get at least 4 posts. Most people are going to need more than 4 posts. And remember what constitutes a good post is to basically add content to the discussion. So if someone else has a good post, we can compliment their post, but that's not really going to add any points. We need to basically add some content, meaning more content about answering questions or asking questions, or something like that. So remember there's going to be a lot of extra questions out there that you can obviously look up and answer. When I think about the 4 posts, usually I'm thinking about basically any post for me. So if you answer one of my posts another question, that is good. You can do that. Those will accumulate and increase your point totals. Then we have the assignment. We've got the assignment in Connect. So that's going to be the first one. Obviously Connect is over here, so you want to go into Connect. And then we are in week 5. Remember, once you are in here, that you want to probably do this one first, even though that's not the first thing in the Moodle rooms, but this is the one we just looked at, the week 5 assignment. Remember that you have this paperclip. This is not to be turned in, but it can help a lot with this assignment. It'll help make this assignment a lot of it be more kind of data entry, where we can get a lot of points by just basically transferring some data. So if you opened up the paperclip, you would have a form like this. You can go to the hyperlinks here to the videos to watch it. You can go to the example tab, and there's a lot of journal entries, but note that these journal entries are going to be much the same as the journal entries that will be input into Connect here. So then you want to go into this this problem here, and then if you look at it journal entry by journal entry, this will help you to input a lot of data. So you shouldn't get a 0 on these problems. If you're using this worksheet to basically data entry, you can pick up a lot of points that way. So make sure to at least pick those points up, and then if you start spinning your wheels on that, then give me a call and let's take a look at it. So I'm going to go back to Moodle Rooms up top, back to Moodle Rooms. This one is in Moodle Rooms, so if you open up the Moodle Rooms assignment, we have to turn that one in here. So if you open this one up, it'll be an Excel sheet. This is usually going to be a much smaller Excel sheet, and then we'll turn it in right here. There'll be a submit button. So make sure if you haven't turned these in prior weeks, if you've missed them because they're not in Connect, they're in Moodle Rooms, then go back there and pick those up. They're not that long. They're probably the shorter of the problems to pick up. You're just going to download this, watch, there'll be a video link to work through the problem exactly how the problem is set up, and you can just pick them up that way. Let me know if you got any questions on those. Then if we scroll down, we've got, of course, the Connect. There's only going to be one in Connect because we only have one chapter. So if I go back over to Connect, this is the Connect homework. That will be, of course, the Learn Smart. Remember, there's only like 25 questions in there. Once you've completed 25 questions, you are done with that. So going back to Moodle Rooms over here. So then, of course, we have the final. Make sure to take the final by Sunday. Make sure to get them all in by Sunday. But the final's probably worth the most points in terms of point totals. Of the 33% given to quizzes and tests, the final is weighted more of that 33%. So make sure to take the time to put in the time to take that. Have the book open. Have any other resources that you can open. I'm also going to try to include some videos here that will help to basically study through that. And as of now, I've uploaded one to help study for week 4. So this one would also be good to just study kind of like shorter problem review type problems that and look at those formats when you're taking the test. So you might want to review these and see if you can kind of, simulate the same type of structure of these smaller type of problems. And I'll try to see if I can get some more in there for Chapter 5 as well. Then let's take a look at the Gradebook up top. So here's the Gradebook. And we know that as this point in time, that as of the end of week 4, for example, I will have all the grades in there by the following Tuesday after the close of the week on Sunday. So after Sunday close, by Tuesday, you want to go in here and see that the discussion forum, that dash will change to a 0, as well as the quiz down here, as well as the assignments, and the homework. Now, if you have anything in here that's still a 0, consider picking up the work. I mean, if it's still open in Connect, you can basically pick it up. So if you've got any questions about it, let me know, give me a call, and we can go over what can and cannot be picked up, or the order in which would be best to pick up the work. As of week 5, then, you have through week 5 to do all the work through week 5, and then remember that the class closes at the end of Sunday, so there's not really any late work. You can't turn in any late work unless there's an unusual circumstance as of the close of week 5. So I'll pick up all the late work for week 4 prior by the end of week 5, by the following Tuesday after week 5 closes. And then if there's any unusual circumstance, then let me know before Tuesday. Make sure to check the Gradebook basically on Tuesday if you can, and let me know if there are any questions on it before the Gradebook pushes out of my hands the following Tuesday night will be out of my hands. And then we have the Instructor Survey down here. This is mainly geared towards the instructor's performance and not geared so much towards things that the instructor does not have control over. So some of the things that the instructor does not have control over are the amount of material that's going to be in the course, the use of technologies such as Connect, and the Moodle Room setup, how Moodle Room is set up. If you have questions about those things, then please put those into the comments in the survey, and I will relay those. Hopefully we can relay those to the design team, who is the one in charge of that type of stuff. The information that the instructor does have control over is basically how fast they get back to student comments, how much they're going to post to the discussion forums, any added resources on top of the McGraw-Hill and Moodle rooms added for use and benefit of students. Those are the types of things there. Charter college policy generally expects around a 90% for instructor performance on those.